There are several thousand collisions involving trains each year, which result in over 1,000 injuries and several hundred deaths. A majority of these deaths occur when someone is struck by a train while trespassing on railroad property. Remember, railroad property is private property. Trespassing along railroad property is not only against the law, it's very dangerous. Avoid taking shortcuts. The only safe place to cross railroad tracks is at a designated crossing. Don't get caught dead on the tracks. Stay off, stay away, stay alive.
Visit elmhurst.org to explore the new City of Elmhurst website. Find out the latest Elmhurst news, pay utility bills and parking tickets, report concerns, and much more. Elmhurst.org is an ideal way to discover what Elmhurst offers your business, your family, your life.
Good evening. Welcome to Elmhurst College and to the City of Elmhurst's 14th Annual Character Counts Exemplary Service Award Celebration. My name is Desiree Chen, and I'm Elmhurst College's Managing Director of Public Affairs. It's a privilege for us to host and co-sponsor this evening's event, which honors volunteers who are doing extraordinary community service. As a community partner, we value your work and look forward to celebrating these great achievements. Congratulations. And now, And now, please allow me to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for the evening, Mr. Ken Bartels, Senior Vice President and Director of the Community Bank of Elmhurst and an active community volunteer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Desiree, and we are very grateful to Elmhurst College for its support of this program and for making this wonderful Frick Center space available to us this evening. We're also delighted to have the Elmhurst Our Kind of Town video crew with us, and you'll all show up on cable television next month sometime, I suspect. This event is a wonderful event for this community. And while there are events like this in many communities, I know of some and I suspect there are others, the bottom line on this one is it has some tenure and its significance only increases as the years go by. Tonight we will be recognizing a total of 23 individual youth volunteers, 20 adult volunteers, and 6 groups for demonstrating the best in volunteer service. That would be exemplary commitment, providing for the health and well-being of our community, and promoting a spirit of volunteerism. This event's been planned and organized by the city's Commission on Youth with support from the city's Senior Citizen Commission and Character Counts in Elmhurst. Under the auspices of the City of Elmhurst, the Commission on Youth was established in 1995 with a mission of advocating for positive opportunities which promote the health and well-being of our young people. Over the past 15+ years, the Commission has published a directory of youth services, been involved in supporting Operation Snowball and Snowflake, laid the groundwork for the Elmhurst School District 205 mentoring program, and promoted various youth-oriented activities, including this now annual Community Service Awards for Youth and Adults, which we celebrate again this evening. The evangelist Charles Swindoll once shared, and I quote, "People who make a difference in our lives have initiative, they have vision, they have a sense of being unselfish, they promote teamwork, they are faithful to their cause, they have enthusiasm, discipline, and a great deal of confidence," unquote. To begin our program this evening, I would call on the president of Character Counts in Elmhurst, Dr. John Jevitz.
Lincoln equated greatness with service. So to all the winners here tonight, I want to congratulate you on your greatness. I also want to congratulate your parents and your families and your friends and your teachers and coaches, Coach Clark, Coach Crone, because without them, you would not be the people you are today. Great, successful, in service. Hopefully, you guys will be back here one day giving back just like you're achieving rewards tonight. Now, character counts. What are we here for with character counts? Tremendous organizations. The first thing, David Pernod is going to come up. Dave's so busy. Dr. David Pernod, come on up. He's going to say a few words tonight about character counts. He's got another event, and I've got to say, he right now is a difference maker. York High School, and we also have Jack Doyle representing us from IC, York High School. Watch for it to be one of the top high schools now in the country because of David. Dr. David Pernod.
Well, let me start by saying I appreciate the kind words, but I don't make the difference. All of you make the difference. And it is great to see you honored tonight. But I hope you feel even more importantly that you really made a difference in this community by what you have done. Students and adults and everybody who makes Elmhurst special. It's special because of people like you who take the time to make the difference in either an individual or a group or the community at large. Adults, you are here tonight and you are making a difference not only in what you're being honored for, but the modeling you're showing our youth in this community. Thank you for doing that, because that's what makes a difference in young people. The modeling that adults do, the caring attitudes that you have demonstrated, make all the difference in the world. Students, thank you for stepping up and trying to make a difference with other students, with the community, with what you do on a daily basis. We create our community. We are responsible for it. And because of each and every one of you, Elmhurst is just a little better than it was last year, a little better than it was a month ago, a little better than it was an hour ago. So thank you sincerely as Superintendent of Elmhurst 205. Our school district is great because of all of you, because you are out there making a difference, and you're a model for me to do the extra to make the difference for all of our community. Thank you. Congratulations.
Dave, can you stay up here? Dave, can you stay up here? Elmhurst is an enigma. It's a rare community where when you walk around town, talk to people, you'll see portrayed the characters, the pillars of character counts: trustworthiness, respectfulness, honesty, caring, concern, loyalty. I'm going to bring up a few of those pillars from our community. Deputy Chief Jim Kavitan, come on up. Jack Doyle from IC High School, come on up. Mayor Pete DeCiani, come on up. This is a great story right here. Thank you, Jack. 450 student athletes last year at Elmhurst College. Come on up, Coach DiTomaso and some of the athletes. They're on break right now. We had 120 football and soccer players alone help us in our fundraiser on the corners last year. 450 student athletes from Elmhurst College, the Harvard of the Midwest, came and helped us raise money for, that's why this keeps falling off here. This is our Character Counts t-shirts. We gave out 4,000 of them last year because of Elmhurst College student athletes over here. Come on up closer, Jack and guys. So they met on the football field. We had a meeting. They said, what do you need to help? So this is what we got. So every policeman, every fireman, every Park District member, Rotary, Kiwanis, all the people you can think of got t-shirts last year. So this year, this is what we're asking for help right now. On May 16th at York High School, right now we have proposed we should have 4,000 more t-shirts with your help. Well, we should have 7,000 to 8,000 people with Character Counts t-shirts and decals at York High School. What are we going to do? We're going to make a statement for Illinois, for DuPage County, and for the country that Elmhurst is the town where character counts. So you look for that date, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people at York High School in the quad. That's one of our goals. Elmhurst is not a town of excuse makers, it's a town of movers and shakers. And my boys, for example, John and Jake, I couldn't be more proud of them. But you want to know something? My wife's done a great job, but you know who has done a phenomenal job is this town. If you hang out with pigs, you eat slop. You hang out with great people, you become great. And that's what's happened with them, and that's what happened with the people that are receiving these awards tonight. So our goal is to raise that. You guys, can you come on up for a second here? Mayor DeCiani, can you come on up? So I want to tell you that I trust the city of Elmhurst and the mayor. I believe in the people of Elmhurst, and I'm honored and privileged to be a member and a citizen of the city of Elmhurst. God bless the city of Elmhurst and character counts. God bless America, the country where character counts. Pete DeCiani.
John had given me a check, and you know, there's nobody that believes character counts more than our president of character counts is Dr. John Jevitz. I think he needs a round of applause right now. Our mission, his mission, our mission as a city is to have a shirt for everyone at that event, and that's going to take some dollars. We're figuring roughly, what, about $10,000, John? Well, we have a local church, Bethel Fellowship Church, that actually gave us almost 20% of that $10,000. So $2,000 came from Bethel Fellowship Church out of North Lake, and I believe Dr. Michael Calcagno was also thrown another $500 on that. So we're about 25% there. We need to raise about another $7,500 to reach this goal.
I would say, you know what? So you guys understand how important Elmhurst is and what a life changer you guys are for so many people. The church that gave that, the lady used to live in this town 5 years ago. She doesn't live in Elmhurst, and they got their board to give Elmhurst. If she believes so much in the city of Elmhurst and the character of Elmhurst, she got them to give $2,000 to Elmhurst, even though she doesn't live here anymore, because she says that's the type of impact the people of Elmhurst have made on her life. So that's a tribute to all of you guys that are here today and our town.
Thank you, John, Doctor. And while we have everybody up here, because these truly are pillars that are up here around me, really the pillars are going to be getting awards tonight. And I'm going to be up here giving another speech in a few minutes about that. But I like to have everybody rise at this time, everybody up, because this is a celebration. We've got pillars up here, we've got pillars out there. I want a hip hip hooray for Dr. John Jevitz and his crusade for the shirts for the 16th, is it, Doctor? For the 16th, and we're going to get there. $10,000, we're $2,500 away there. On three, I want a hip hip hooray. And for all the people that won awards today as well, too. So on three, 1, 2, 3, hip hip, hooray! All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jevitz. We appreciate it. And thank you for all the pillars to be up here. And I'll be back here to recognize these award winners here in a few seconds.
One of the first things you learn when you're asked to MC an event is you're really not in control. You only think you are. But we thank those gentlemen for that. That was highly impromptu, and we do appreciate the sentiment, and John Jevitz does a great job with character counts. Leadership and service are just two of the characteristics that come to mind when thinking of our next program participant. His leadership to our city, philanthropic causes, county and state involvements, and business ventures, they are intense, personal, one-on-one, direct, very visible, and easy to spot. He is a man in constant motion and someone who understands the primary concepts of hard work, loyalty, and friendship. For some brief comments and then on to our award program, please welcome the Mayor of Elmhurst, the Honorable Peter DeCiani.
Thank you, Ken. It's a privilege and honor to be here and to have this event here right at Elmhurst College, my alma mater. I mentioned that, I remember the first year I did this as a mayor, I mentioned the fact that, I was never an alderman, I was never an elected official before I became mayor. You know what I was? I was a civic activist that helped people. And that's what all of you are here doing today. You guys are civic activists, whether you're helping your classmates, whether you're helping a senior citizen, whether you're helping somebody in the hospital, or maybe somebody has an illness in your family. You guys are all civic activists, and that's really, I think, the bottom line of what people, I think, in this community do. And they do it well. They give back. And today we're going to honor these people. Trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, citizenship. These are the pillars that Character Counts embraces and emboldens. And that's really, I think, why Elmhurst has adopted this principle for many, many years. And I think we will keep this principle going for many, many years to come. So I'm going to keep it short. Really, this event tonight is about you all, about what you've done, and I'm sure there's future leaders out here because of these things as well too. So keep that in mind. You know, it's one person. You know, we talked about, you know, one person that could change things. You know, whether it's a situation that comes up in your family, and maybe it's somebody with sickness, whether it's cancer or autism or who knows what it might be, that maybe gets up and says, hey, you know what, I need to fix something here. I need to help, you know, make sure that other people that have this challenge can deal with these issues in the future. Maybe there's a lack of government service in an issue, or there's a health insurance issue, or there's a gap. You know, and you realize what that is, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I can to fix and help the situation. And so you never know what happens in life. I never knew that I was going to be a mayor. I was not a political science person. I was not a student council guy. I just got involved with the community, and I like to help people. And that's, I think, the bottom line of what these people are here today to recognize. They like to help people. So with that, today is about you. And let's give out some great awards. God bless everybody.
Okay, we will now proceed with our awards program. Our group awards will happen first, and just so you know, they're not going to happen in the exact order they are in your program, but all 6 will happen. And then we'll do the youth certificates, then the exemplary awards, the adult certificates, and the adult exemplary awards. So let's begin with our groups. And group 1 is the York All Youth Relay for Life team. You can come forward as I'm describing you, if you would. It consists of more than 35 students who meet most Sundays during the school year to advocate, educate, organize, and fundraise to support Elmhurst Relay for Life Cancer fundraiser. The group works to recruit members by showing other students how fun fundraising for the relay really is. The group has hosted the Paint the Gym Purple at York, sold candy and t-shirts at basketball games, and created the Men in Tights fundraiser. This is a creative, dedicated group who has this year invited the alumni of this 3-year-old effort to the Relay for Life event. These individuals are Annie Hart, Caroline Hogan, Kayla Spencer, Julia Sulkin, Ryan D'Angelo, Mike Shannon, Tommy Sullivan, Frank Arnon, Shannon Funk, Eric Gobke, Sarah Hayes, Natalie Heinley, Jack Liebert, Christina Malone, Kelly Nikitas, Sean O'Keefe, Christina Ordonez, Paige Perto, and Della Weiner. This is our first group, ladies and gentlemen. Our second group is the Elmhurst Walk-In Ministry. Lead volunteers are responsible for the daily operation of the Elmhurst Walk-In Ministry, which supports the community with emergency funds and referrals. Lead volunteers are responsible for making important, sometimes critical decisions about client care. These volunteers arrive early and stay as late as is needed to help clients and complete paperwork. These volunteers are Carol Octine, Jean Alvarez, Sue Barr, Mary Jo Corbett, Judy Iverson, Pat Ferrarini, Mary Goebel, Claire Klock, Bernadette Loam, Joanne Spaeth, Rosalie Ward, and Joan Witt. Ladies and gentlemen, Elmhurst Walk-In Ministry. The group 3 is Meals for Veterans. This group of local citizens felt a need to help homeless veterans in our area and mobilized to provide funding for meals and gift certificates to the Midwest Shelter for Homeless Veterans in Wheaton. This group provides complete meals every Tuesday and Thursday and delivers them to the veterans. The volunteers are enthusiastic givers and maintain that they always receive more than they give to this inspiring group of Americans. Jan and Rich Edgley, Barbara and Rog Bornikowski, Nancy Brook, Catherine and Stan Janus, Kim Mehta, Pam and Dan Murphy, Ione Pache, Jan and Ted Soltis, Jan Vanek, and Rosalie and Keith Ward. Meals for Veterans, ladies and gentlemen. Group 4 is Phi Mu sorority of Elmhurst College. They are nominated as they are valuable community volunteers who show up. They're always ready, willing, and able to pitch in and serve the needs of our citizens wherever they can. They are the ultimate utility players, being called upon to supply help for the city tree lighting ceremony, adopting city parks, and promoting park district events at their group meetings. These ladies epitomize the characteristics that we would like our students to emulate. Now, the college is on spring break, so I guarantee you there are more members of this sorority. And we didn't know for sure who was coming, so I don't know who they are. But why don't you go ahead and say your names to the group?
Okay, I'm Coley Nelson. I'm Erin Ochoa.
And I'm Julie Cuba.
If no one had been here, that truly would have been a Greek tragedy. Group 5, the York High School Key Club Souls for Africa, are nominated this year as a result of their effort to bring the Souls for Africa drive to the Elmhurst School District. Last year, the group was very successful in collecting shoes to donate to needy African children. This year, they will also collect sports balls along with the shoes in an effort to provide recreation to recipients. This group is passionate, organized, and demonstrates an admirable sense of global responsibility. Kelsey Mills and Anna Talarmo. And Group 6, our last recognized group, is the York High School Key Club Board, which is made up of students devoted to community service. The group has nearly 200 members, and the board works to organize speakers, events, and efforts that benefit Elmhurst. They are interested in providing educational and interesting experiences to York students that will optimize the students' time in high school, inspire, and motivate excellence. So far this school year, the board has provided 40 such opportunities for service. These ladies demonstrate that the 6 pillars of character counts provide leadership in the York community. Ellen Berry, Julia Carlson, Laura Kranz, Sherry Lund, Abby Masaschio, Blair Porter, Kelly Primo, and Emma Stufen. We now move to the Youth Certificate awardees. I will read the name and ask the recipient to come forward and stay here with the mayor until I'm done reading about you. And in some cases, that'll be a long time. And our first Youth Certificate awardee is Melanie Biegler. Nominated by Robert Blouse of York High School, Melanie was a part of a student leadership team that runs the ECO team at York High School. They did recycling, packed food, built birdhouses, and holiday craft projects for nursing homes. She is a volunteer who is reliable and unselfish with her time to help our community. Melanie. Abigail Betke. Nominated by Amanda Shamil from Leaders in Training, Abigail was a true leader in training and worked well with peers and children alike, and she had a can-do attitude and a we-can-do-it mentality, and everyone learned from her. Abigail. Scott Blair. Also nominated by Amanda Schimmel from Leaders in Training. Scott made this as a contribution to better himself, and in all of the children and staff he saw every day, he worked to better them and truly did so. Scott. Kristen Burrell, also nominated by Robert Blouse of York High School. Kristen is also part of the leadership team of the ECO Club at York High School, where they did the recycling and packed the food and built the birdhouses, and she is also a reliable and unselfish volunteer. Kristen. Patrick Craston, nominated by Nancy Himmis of the Elmhurst Historical Museum. Patrick volunteers for the District 205 Transitions Program as a weekly volunteer as a greeter in the gift shop of the Historical Museum. He is responsible and trustworthy when it comes to his position, and he truly cares about the importance of the job and the people he encounters every day. Patrick. Sarah Krissinger, nominated by Pam Mulvey of Jefferson School. Sarah is a buddy with great character to her peers at school, and every day she strives to make others to be great role models so that everyone can try to do better. Sarah. Wesley Krissinger, nominated by Cindy Killips and Bridget McGuire. Wesley is actively involved with Access Sports and provides encouragement and support for the special needs that the children have while playing these sports. He's a great role model for all the children at his school. Wesley. Michaela McIntyre, nominated by Robert Blouse of York High School. Michaela is also part of the leadership team of the ECO Club. You know, the student leadership group that builds the birdhouses and packs the food and does the recycling. She is also a volunteer, reliable, unselfish, and a good sport too. Michaela. Matt Schmidt is ill this evening. He was nominated by Chris Toro and John Mariner. Matt coordinated and secured the donation for the wood to build 4 handicapped accessible picnic benches for the Ray Graham Association. He exemplifies caring for others and their needs through responsibility to the community. And he'll see this on cable television. So, Matt. Samantha Slocum. And she's not here. Nominated by Andrew Bendelow of York High School, Circle of Friends. Samantha has coordinated and facilitated Circle of Friends activities for over 5 years. She shows a level of caring and dedication to this group and demonstrates amazing responsibility. Samantha. Margaret Stotzer, nominated by Ellen Dyra. Margaret is a member of the York Key Club and a dynamic, enthusiastic leader with strong ideals. Margaret. Tyler Strizo, nominated by Matt Poole from the Elmhurst Park District. Tyler did an Eagle Scout project coordinating his troop to build new tables made out of natural materials for the park's new preschool program and growth of their nature center. Tyler. Amanda Tumbarello, nominated by Andrew Bedelow from York High School, Circle of Friends. Amanda has coordinated and facilitated Circle of Friends activities for over 4 years and shows a level of caring and responsibility for this group and demonstrates amazing success in leadership. Amanda. Kendall Wolf. Nominated by Robert Blouse of York High School, Kendall is one of the most hardworking and reliable volunteers within the ECO Club. She's been involved with the Trash to Treasure project, and she helped brighten the lives of many, many people. Kendall. Nick Wheeler. Nominated by Nancy Himmis of the Elmhurst Historical Museum, Nick has helped with our museum and in many capacities that include the gift shop, special events, and other duties as assigned. We all know how much fun that is. He stands for all of the pillars of character and has a true responsibility to our program and organization. Nick. And those are the youth certificate winners, ladies and gentlemen. We now move to the Youth Exemplary Award winners, and we'll start off with Megan Begolia. Megan was nominated by Jody Perrins from First United Methodist Church in Elmhurst. Megan is the coordinator of the free breakfast at the church. This breakfast is served once a month, July through May, and it is offered to the patrons of the church's clothing center, an extension of the Elmhurst Walk-In Ministry. Megan works with her peers to determine the menu, purchase and cook the food, staff the cleaners clean up and provide crowd control. I don't know what anybody else does. Megan is in charge of making sure the program is planned and facilitated in an efficient manner. She demonstrates respect, trustworthiness, responsibility, and care. The leadership of the church completely trusts Megan to make this program a success. She models respect and care for all of those in attendance. In Megan's opinion, it's our moral responsibility to care for those less fortunate. She takes the initiative to quite literally serve those in need by preparing a healthy meal for them, but more than that, she demonstrates care and compassion to all of those less fortunate. Megan. Jennifer Clemente. Jennifer was nominated by Pamela LeVar from Immaculate Conception High School. Jennifer does a wonderful job of blending trustworthiness, responsibility, and caring into all areas of her life. She has been in a leadership role in the Italian Club at Immaculate Conception for the past 4 years. The mayor liked that. And she also organizes toy drives and serves food at the local Calabrese organization. In addition, she has volunteered her time at Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, helping her to prepare for a planned career as a pharmacist. She is a 3-sport athlete at IC High School and has volunteered as a counselor for youth basketball and volleyball camps. Jennifer is a very hard-working young woman, and this is evident as she does all of her volunteer work on top of helping her parents with their family-owned business. She is always looking for ways to help others. Jennifer. Miranda Dean. Miranda was nominated by Jane Klinick from York Community High School. In our struggling economy, this young woman came up with an idea to make prom more affordable for high school students in Elmhurst. Pay less for the dress was her brainchild. Miranda received over 175 dress donations of new and gently used and had a sale on March 18th at which girls came and could receive a beautiful prom dress for free. She also raised money to help offset the costs for promoting program and purchasing new dresses in sizes that were not donated. She received a 30% discount from a local cleaners for dresses received and also received tux rental coupons. Miranda worked tirelessly on this event to ensure all sizes were represented so no one felt left out. Coordination of this showed a lot of responsibility and certainly a lot of caring for others. She has truly made this a community event. And although the sale was held at York, girls from other Elmhurst schools were invited to attend as well. A most creative project. Miranda. Julia Levin. Julia was nominated by Patty Spencer, City Clerk of the City of Elmhurst. She has volunteered for Relay for Life, State Senatorial candidate Chris Nybo, volunteered with the Northern Illinois Food Pantry, helped with the Elmhurst Memorial Hospital Guild House Walk, worked with Special Kids Day, and served on the Nordstrom Junior Board. She is also a member of the Elmhurst Peer Jury, which exemplifies all 6 pillars. In addition to the previously mentioned activities, Julia is also involved in student council at York, serving as a class representative and acts as a student ambassador. Julia also serves as a student mentor first semester, helping freshmen become acclimated to York. Her service in all of these organizations demonstrates a high level of caring, respect, trustworthiness, and citizenship. Julia. Molly McCann. Molly was nominated by Pamela LeVar from Immaculate Conception High School. Molly has an innate ability to easily make friends and empathize with others. These are just 2 of the qualities that enable her to shine in her community volunteer efforts. She has accumulated nearly 150 formal hours of service work while in high school. She has completed 2 mission trips with her church, volunteered at the Animal Care League, Relay for Life, and the Special Olympics. She's a member of the Elmhurst Peer Jury, serves as a student ambassador, is a high honors student while participating in several academic and co-curricular clubs. It is no wonder that her caring and respectful attitude makes her highly regarded by her peers and anyone she encounters. Molly. Daniel Posley. Daniel was nominated by Lisa Hilgenberg from Wellness House. For the past 5 years at Wellness House, Daniel has provided support, education, and information to persons with cancer and their families. In the Family Matters program for children 12 and under, he displays respectful and caring conduct as he educates and encourages those going through personal tragedy. He is trustworthy to follow through on any given assignment and exhibits citizenship by being able to recruit and motivate others to volunteer their time. He has truly taken on a leadership role by helping to coordinate projects and organize other volunteers. Daniel is absolutely making a difference in the lives of those suffering with cancer in our community. Daniel. Kellyanne Remy. Kellyanne was nominated by Pamela LeVar from Immaculate Conception High School. Kellyanne leads by example while serving as her class president and as captain of 2 athletic teams. She has completed 120 formal service hours during her time at IC High School. She carries the spirit of volunteerism with her wherever she goes. Volunteering at the Animal Care League, Special Olympics, Habitat for Humanity, and several youth camps. She has attended the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference and uses what she has learned to consistently serve in area charitable organizations. Kellyanne inspires others to greater levels of respect, responsibility, and citizenship. Kellyanne. Megan Sutton. Megan was nominated by Pamela LeVar of Immaculate Conception High School. Megan has been dependable, consistent, and caring in every service opportunity she has been involved with, amassing 477 formal service hours during her 4 years at IC High School. She has volunteered as a religious education teacher, lector, and Eucharistic minister. She serves at summer volleyball camps, IC High School open houses, and for the past 4 years at a pad shelter, as well as volunteering for the Susan G. Coleman Walk. She's highly regarded by both her peers and her teachers for displaying high levels of trustworthiness, respect, caring, and citizenship. When asked, "What are you passionate about?" her one-word answer of service speaks volumes about her approach to life. Megan. Those are our Youth Certificate Award winners, ladies and gentlemen. The adult, those were the exemplary. What am I doing? We're on to the adult certificates, and we will start with Terry Clark. Nominated by Matt Poole, Terry has volunteered hundreds of hours for the Junior Dukes wrestling program. This program for children in grades kindergarten through 8th grade, teaching wrestling skills and techniques, and also emphasizes sportsmanship. Terry. Maria Hosteland, nominated by Norma Peterson. Maria has been the chairperson or co-chairperson for the Elmhurst Relay for Life for several years, organizing this huge event. In addition, she is on the Survivor Caregiver Committee for this event and volunteers in other capacities with the American Cancer Society. Maria. Paul Crone, nominated by Jim O'Connor and John Jevitz. Paul has been instrumental in providing a crew of 70 to 100 college students to provide crowd control for the annual Elmhurst St. Patrick's Day Parade, and don't you know we need it. He is always willing to assist anyone and any organization in Elmhurst that needs his and the college's help. Paul. Sherry Lambert, nominated by Julia Jimenez and Diane Imick. As a volunteer for the Girl Scouts for the past 17 years, Sherry has held positions including troop leader, trainer, and council district delegate, overseeing a unit of 41 troops throughout District 205. She has been a regional volunteer who helps with many aspects of the annual cookie sale. Sherry. Mike Lespiza, nominated by Steve Tayarts. Mike is a member of the Jefferson School PTA and several years ago founded the Dad's Club, which is probably where he is now, which raises money for the PTA. This grant money provides more resources for the students and enhancing their educational experience. So a round of applause for Mike. James Manning, nominated by Cheryl Prigg. James has volunteered over 100 hours this past year as Cub Master and Den Leader for Cub Scout Pack 17, a group of 70-plus boys and their parents. In addition, he coaches AYSO soccer and YMCA basketball teams, instilling fairness and sportsmanship in all his players. James. Patricia Mall, nominated by Sharon Emmy Lovinelli. Patricia holds several volunteer leadership positions in our community. She's worked many hours with the Elmhurst Park District, the Spirito Singers, the Ray Graham Association, and District 205, especially with Conrad Fisher School. Patricia. Karen Nishimura, nominated by Susan Quattrini. For the past 5 years, Karen has been going to York High School twice a week to help the ELL students with math. The students look forward to her visits and share their successes in math with her and the ELL staff. Karen. Genevieve Scarrow, nominated by Julie Lindsay. Genevieve is known as Grandma to the many students at Jefferson School that receive her help with reading. With first and third grade students 3 days a week, she also tracks the children's progress and reading preferences. Genevieve. Vivian Sparacino, nominated by Nancy Wilson. 1 year after retiring for the Elmhurst Historical Museum in 2007, Vivian decided to continue her work there as a volunteer. She does data entry and adds over 600 records to the database alone in 2011. Vivian. Larry Studer, nominated by Jackie Lawrence. Larry does whatever he can to ensure that the Yorkfield Elmhurst Food Pantry is ready to serve the over 1,000 people that come there each month. For the past few years, he has helped unload delivery trucks, picked up extra donations when companies called, and repackaged food as needed to serve their constituency. Larry. Tom and Evelyn Tran, nominated by John Morser. Tom has spoken at York High School on his experience as a refugee from Vietnam. Both Tom and Evelyn are wonderful photographers. They photograph school events, indoors and out, rain or shine, to preserve those memories for the students and their family. Tom and Evelyn. David Tuft, nominated by Eric Niederman. For the last 9 years, David has served in Cub Scout Pack 15, including the last 7 years as Cub Master. He has worked tirelessly over the years to promote the ideals of Scouting, which he sees as a leadership factory for boys and young men. David. Mark Whedon, nominated by Robinson St. Louis. Mark is the president of the Elmhurst College's Habitat for Humanity chapter, the largest student organization on campus. Prior to that, he was chapter volunteer for 2 years, building homes in New Orleans and Georgia. He is not here. He is on spring break in Pensacola, Florida, building houses with Habitat for Humanity. Mark Whedon. That completes our adult certificates, ladies and gentlemen. The exemplary award winners for adults, we begin with Jane Ahrens, nominated by Sunhar Tan. For the past 6 years, Jane has been raising money for Elmhurst Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society. She does this year-round by sewing bags from cast-off denim jeans. She has also sent these practical bags to Haiti, filled with school supplies for children affected by the 2010 earthquake. In addition, she volunteers for the Elmhurst Public Library's outreach program, bringing materials to homebound patrons, and she also gives her time to an area senior center, as well as hosting a study group at her home for the past 8 years. Jane. Kristen DeGrace, nominated by Leah Gleason. This volunteer helped save the Lantern Hike and Clothes Drive, a volunteer service project that benefits charities in Elmhurst and the surrounding areas by collecting truckloads of new or gently used winter clothing. The event was near extinction when she took over organizing it, and it has since grown from 400 to 900 participants. The Lantern Hike's major sponsor is the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana, and Christine manages about 40 Girl Scout troops in her area. She has transformed her Elmhurst service unit to become one of the strongest service units in their entire council. Kristen. Jackie Merrill, nominated by Barbara Cortez. Jackie has consistently shown her dedication to service by working on math with ELL students at York High School every week for the past 5 years. She is both responsible and dependable, and her attendance as a volunteer has been extraordinary. She is caring and fair, always making it easy for students to ask questions without feeling embarrassed. Jackie. Dina Seidenfuss, nominated by Carol Glennon. Dina has created a not-for-profit organization called Access Sports to help children with special needs participate in athletics. Children learn the basic skills in sports, like soccer, baseball, and basketball, in partnership with organizations like AYSO and Elmhurst Baseball. She also organizes Elmhurst middle school children to be buddies of the participating children so that each one has a buddy to help them learn and stay focused. Without a program like this, special needs children in Elmhurst would likely not have the opportunity to fully participate in athletic programs. Dina recognized a very important need in our community and took personal action to fill it. She exemplifies volunteer leadership and character. Dina. Ann Sullivan, nominated by Jerry Christofferson and Caroline Hogan. Over the past 10 years, Ann has volunteered thousands of hours for the Relay for Life in Elmhurst. She's the head of the committee for the York All-Youth Relay for Life Committee. Often, Ann can be found recruiting, selling shirts, and getting teams signed up for the relay. She has also raised 5 children who are equally devoted to the American Cancer Society's cause. One of her nominators noted that she does not give her time to service due to obligation, but rather out of true dedication. Ann. That completes our adult awards and all the awards tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I now have the privilege to introduce a young lady who has received both an individual and group service award throughout high school. She is currently on the Pride Board of York and will attend Grand Valley College in the fall and pursue a degree in education. Please welcome Laurel Miner.
Hi, my name's Laurel Miner, and I'm a senior at York High School, and I'm truly honored to speak in front of you guys tonight. When I was first asked to talk, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to talk about, so I spent some time thinking about what I would focus on. After thinking about it, I thought the best place to start would be with the word character. What does character mean? How do we define our own character? So I looked up the definition of the word character in the dictionary, and it reads, one of the attributes or features that makes up and distinguishes an individual. I think that the key words there are features that make up and distinguish an individual. Character is something that we're born with, but it's also something we have to work at and develop. Throughout our lives, we have to take risks, and sometimes those risks will end up as a mistake. However, it's how we react to our mistakes, not how we made them, that defines our character. Helen Keller once said, "Character cannot be developed with ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. A study is conducted every 2 years by the Josephson Institute. In 2010, a study was done measuring the self-reported values, attitudes, and behaviors of youth in America. The study found that 1/3 of high school students said that they have stolen from a store in the past year. Over half said they have cheated on a test, and more than 2 out of 5 said they sometimes lie to save money. Our actions reflect our character, and by acting in these kinds of ways, we as people are setting ourselves up for a hard life. Kids are cheating to get ahead, but what they don't realize is that they're digging themselves into a hole that they're going to have to get out of later in life. Like my coaches always said, practice makes perfect. Don't mistake what I'm saying for trying to be perfect, because no one's perfect, especially me. My parents are sitting out in the audience and they can tell you if I made my share of mistakes. But but by doing our best and being as perfect as we can be, that's really what matters. In order to find the greatness inside of yourself, you have to look deep. It's not going to be on the outside, and it takes a ready person to find it. Someone who's willing to look at who they're being and how their actions are affecting others around them. I'm on the board of a club at York called Pride, Positive Role Models Inspiring Direction to Excellence. We are a club that abstains from drug and underage alcohol use. The other day we were talking about finding the greatness that is inside everyone. And by us choosing not to do these things, we are finding the parts of what make us great. Pride is not just about not using drugs and alcohol, but it's about being a leader, standing up for what we believe is right. In our mission statement it says, I understand that by making positive choices, I am actively being a part of the solution. I will take pride in my school, my community, and most important, myself. In the last part, we demonstrate our citizenship, respect for our school, community, and ourselves, along with how much we care. Gandhi once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Community service is a great way to give back. Service is a big part of my life, and it should be a big part of your life as well. I always find myself striving to help the people around me. I find myself smiling at strangers as they pass, and always doing my best to put others before myself. When I lay my head down on my pillow at the end of the day, I hope that I impacted someone else's life, even if it's just one person. My aunt tells me the story of a woman who walked along the beach picking up starfish and throwing them back into the water as they washed up on the shore. A man walked up and said, "What are you doing?" "Throwing the starfish back to sea," the woman said. "Why would you do something like that? You're not going to save them all. There is too many of them. You're wasting your time. Why don't you just stop?" The woman looked up and smiled. She picked up a starfish and then threw it back into the water. "I made a difference to that one," she said. She picked up another, and that one. The moral of the story is that even if you are just helping one person, they will appreciate the help, and they will go and help someone else, and the cycle will continue. Putting a little time and effort into helping others will not only change their life, but it will impact your life as well. A little girl told me that at her school, they say the pledge, and following the pledge they say this: "I pledge to be a kid of character. I will be worthy of trust. I will be respectful and responsible, doing what I must. I will always act with fairness. I will show that I care. I will be a good citizen and always do my share." These are words that everyone should live by. A quote that I like to live by, that I learned from a wise old sage, my uncle, who got it from somebody else, reads like this: "Our choices determine our actions. Our actions define our character. Our character determines our destiny. So choose wisely." Thank you.
One of our exemplary award winners, Jackie Merrill, I was handed the correct script for Jackie Merrill, and I will read that. Jackie, where are you? Stand up again, please. We won't make you come all the way up front, but you get a double hit. You did probably all those other things too. She is an outstanding, she was nominated by Barbara Cortez, as you would recall. She is an outstanding volunteer and lady. She has an upbeat, caring personality that radiates happiness, love, appreciation in life, and obviously forgiveness. She has worked for us for 7 years in our kindergarten classroom. Regardless if she's sitting on the floor playing a game with the children, helping them with their work, or completing a teacher project, she's always cheery and upbeat. Her personality radiates through each of these activities. I can trust her always to be fair, respectful, and caring with my students. She has not only been a great volunteer, but she's become a good friend and confidant. She also volunteers at the home, as she calls it. It is the nursing home at Lexington Square in South Elmhurst. She's also volunteered at other activities. It's my pleasure to nominate her for this award. Jackie, thank you again. In closing, a few items that remain. The photos, some photos from this evening will be posted on the charactercounts.elmhurst.org site. Remember the Elmhurst are kind of town, the viewing dates for this program that you can all watch at home on either Channel 6 on Comcast or UVerse 99. So remember that. You can tape it and watch it hundreds of times in your... We also want special thanks to our judges this year, Len Kolpick, District 205 Youth Officer, Diane McGinnis, Elmhurst Memorial Healthcare Manager of Community and Government Relations, and Dr. Elzada Tipton, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the college here at Elmhurst. We started our evening with a quote, and I have another quote to close, and this one's actually easier because it's an unknown quote, which means you don't have to do any of that open quote, close quote thing. The 6 most important words: I admit that I was wrong. The 5 most important words: you did a great job. The 4 most important words: what do you think? The 3 most important words: could you please? The 2 most important words are thank you. And the most important word is we. And we have had a wonderful evening together. Now, Dr. Jevitz is not the only person who can get everyone to stand up in the room. I can do that too, I think. I would like you all to stand and, in closing, recite the 6 pillars of character count, starting over here and going that way. So please stand and join with me. Trustworthy, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Thanks for being here to celebrate Elmhurst. Good night.
Hi, I'm John Quigley, President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In these challenging economic times, it's imperative that our residents and businesses band together to not only shop Elmhurst, but buy Elmhurst whenever possible. We have great stores in our city center, Spring Road, Butterfield Road, York and Villette Streets, St. Charles and Route 83, North Avenue and Lake Street, along North York and even Grand Avenue. I ask for your help. Let's keep our tax dollars in Elmhurst.
1 in every 150 children is diagnosed with autism. Autism is treatable. Recovery is possible. To learn more about autism, contact the Autism Research Institute at autism.com. Don't let your child become a statistic.